This is why you should always learn from your mistakes. To explain what I mean, we need to go back 8 months earlier to the Cubing USA Rocky Mountain Championship, 3x3 Round 2, Solve 4. Ready.
Yeah, that's so bad. Yeah. So 7.
Alright, the entire solve isn't important. There's just one key factor that I will point out when I get to it. So this is the scramble, so cross pieces are here, 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 and here. I don't remember if I solved if I planned the first pair or not, but I'm gonna just quickly go over this. This is how I solved the cross, and then I did this pair right here, so I took it out, and then did a back insert, and I saw these two, like that, and then these two, and then these two, which I inserted with F moves, like so. This is right here is the key factor. All right, to explain what happened, I'm going to show you what case I thought I got, which is this one. As you can see, they are pretty similar. I recognize the corners. I saw this edge, and here, this is what I thought was going to happen. So I thought I was going to do it, and then it was going to be solved. I thought I was going to get a PLL skip. Unfortunately, so I did that algorithm. I saw that the orange was finished, and I stopped the timer. But unfortunately, it was not a PLL skip. It was, in fact, a U-perm. So it was a DNF. But I genuinely thought it was going to skip, especially when I saw that it was lined up like this, because it looked solved. But it is not. Fast forwarding 8 months later, you might be wondering, how does this apply to learning from mistakes? Well, in the solve I showed in the intro, I will explain why. So this is the scramble I had. So cross pieces are here, 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 and here. And then the first pair is this corner and this edge. So I saw that you could put the edge right here across from this and then line these two up, and then these two are both one move from being solved. And then all that's this edge won't move, and all that's going to happen to this corner is it's going to move down here. And that's my first pair. So to start, I did an L to line that up, and then a D to line those two up. And then I don't remember if I did an L or an R prime first, but solved that piece, then solved that one. And then we have this pair, which I broke up, R prime, U, R. And then I rotated to solve them, L prime, U prime, L. And then the next pair I saw was these two, this one and this one. And those could be solved with U prime, R, U, R prime. And then a back insert, so U, F wide prime, L, F wide. And then I paused here for a second just because I was having trouble with look ahead, but I rotated and I saw these ones. This, L prime, U prime, L, U prime, L prime, U, L. And then finally this corner and this edge, U, R prime, then rotate, U prime, L prime, U, L. And then I got this OLL, and you might be like, this looks really familiar. If I show you the last layer from the previous solve, this is what it looks like. It's literally the exact mirror case, which is crazy. So I knew that the corners would be solved, but I remembered my mistake from this solve right here. So I made sure that when I solved this, like so, to not just stop the timer, but to actually check. In which case, it was actually a U-perm. So I'm so glad I checked. When you watch the video slowly, you can actually see that I paused to check. In summary, when you learn from your mistakes, you can do incredible things.